Hey, Colabcoaching yet again. Back into it. Took a 2 week break. I had tonsil surgery and nose surgery to clear my passageway in my nose. Full disclosure to the people that watch and listen to me. But I'm back, man. And let me know if you think my voice sounds different from my previous videos to this one if you've been listening to me for a while. And for the new people, welcome. Starting off a new series, brand new series, friendship series. This is actually the first time I'm talking about friendship directly. I have talked about friendship in different facets and things of that nature, but directly about friendship. And if you don't know, I do a 4 week series about different topics within the general topic of friendship or any topic, and then breaking it down the best way I can. So the first question slash thoughts I have for you this week for the 4 week series of friendship is, what does friendship mean to you? What does friendship mean to you? And the reason why I wanted to start it off with this question is because friendship is subjective. Friendship is subjective. Some people may think acquaintances are friends. Some people may think that they only talk to people who are their best friends and they only acknowledge people that are their best friends. Everybody else doesn't matter. They're just acquaintances or colleagues and things of that nature. But the meaning of friendship is important because of the fact that you have to define the people that are in your life. And I'm taking it back to you because you have one life to live. The people you let in your life, they determine and sometimes they dictate and maybe they teach you how to tolerate certain things in your life. Because as you may know through your experience with friendship, but especially with me, what I've learned is that the people that you allow to be your friends are the people that are going to help shape you and help change your perspective for the future. And now, because when you meet someone, they may not have grown up the same way that you have. They may have maybe come from a whole different country, a whole different continent, and you meet them, you guys become friends, or someone you haven't met that's maybe in your city. Everybody has their own experiences. So when you two meet, you're sharing your experience with them, they're sharing their experience with you, and that's what friendships are. That's how friendships become so big and so important in our lives, because we need someone to trust. We need someone to fellowship with. We need someone to care about us because we can't live our lives by ourselves. We need people in our lives. And that's why friendship is so important, especially when it comes to defining what a friendship means to you. Now, let's talk about this. What does it mean to be a friend to you? What does it mean to be your friend? Sometimes we go through experiences where we meet great people and we think that they're our friends, and then unfortunately they may secretly have been jealous, or they secretly have been comparing their lives to yours, or they didn't really like you, they just maybe wanted to get something out of you and went along with the idea of friendship until they were able to get what they wanted, and then they left. So I've experienced good friendships and bad friendships. I've experienced situations where I thought people were friends and they were just acquaintances, or they weren't really having my best interest as a friend. They were more focused on themselves. I've been through those experiences, and let me know if you have too. Let me know in the comments if you have experienced those situations, and maybe you're still struggling with that. But when it comes to defining your friendships, it's vital because it starts to give you the perspective of other people you meet, especially when you're not in an intimate relationship yet, but you want to. Friendships are the first step, because most of the time people who are successful into relationships, they started off as friends. And I personally feel, this is me, you cannot have a successful intimate relationship if you and the person you're in a relationship with are not friends. Maybe you guys may not see yourselves as best friends yet, maybe because you just started, but I see my wife as my best friend, because we share time with each other. We share experiences. We share things about each other. We also learn from each other. She thinks differently than me. I think differently from her. I move differently than her. And I'm learning to accept that. Sometimes when you have a friend that's completely opposite of you, they teach you different things about a life that you haven't experienced before, or a way of thinking that you haven't experienced before. And it may seem crazy to you, but to them, they're functioning successfully. And that's something you can learn. That is something you can learn because it allows you to say, hey, let me open my mindset. Let me open my perspective. Let me understand that, hey, my life, my bubble is not just the only bubble on this big earth. Everybody has their own bubbles, and you're able to feed off each other and make the friendship work. Of course, for me, trust is important, loyalty is important, manipulation, comparison, jealousy, those are some things that I try to steer away from. And also energy and commitment. Like, saying that you're my friend does not mean that we talk once a year. That's an acquaintance. That's an associate. If you're my friend, at least maybe we're not talking every day of the year, but at least we're talking at least once a month, at least 2 times, 3 times a month. At least we're catching up. At least we're maybe not even meeting in person, but at least we're texting and things of that nature. That's important to me. Active communication with people that I consider my friends is what I consider a friend because we have to be actively communicating. I can't say that I talk to somebody once a year and they're my friend. It's more of the situation where that person maybe was my friend at a point in time, and maybe they're between both of us with the lives and things of that nature, they've been reduced to an acquaintance or reduced to a colleague, and that's okay. I'm gonna go deep into my levels of companionship because it's even a bigger spectrum. Because you could start as low as someone who is a stranger to an acquaintance, and from an acquaintance maybe a colleague, from a colleague to maybe an associate, and then going to friends, and then going to best friends, and then if you're wanting to venture into more the intimacy route, being an intimate relationship, there's different levels. And then within those levels, there's more levels. So I'll talk more about that later. But today, let's focus on the meaning. Think about the good relationships you had. What makes them good? Think about the bad relationships you had. What made them bad? Define those key things that you want in your life and the things you don't. Like, say, for example, I don't want someone who is lack of communication to try to be my friend. Yeah, we could be acquaintances. Yeah, I can be cordial to you, but I can't consider you my friend if I don't talk to you or I don't have communication with you in at least within a month or at least a couple weeks. Because I like to see if friends are good. I like to see if they're functioning greatly and how's their lives and how can I help and how can we meet up and maybe spend time or how can we text or how can we do things. I like to keep that active. And sometimes there are people who are more quiet. Some people who are not big on communication and have that communication energy as friendships. I get that. But at least give me a one day of the month. At least give me I'm doing okay, or I'm not doing okay. At least give me communication. And that's what I define as a part of my friendship. Of what I can provide, I provide communication, but I also want communication back. Because of the fact that leads me to the understanding that at least you're giving time and effort into this. And not just saying that, oh, we're friends, but then you don't tell me anything. I don't think that's a friendship. So you have to figure that out for yourself. What are those key components that makes friendships valuable to you and things that you don't tolerate? That way you won't tolerate them again, especially in your future friendships. So that being said, so what does friendship mean to you? What does friendship mean to you? Friendship should mean the things that you want to happen in your life, the things that you want the best of your life, such as you want to move forward, you want to grow, you want to progress. That should be the kind of people you're trying to attract. You should be attracting those people that are looking out for your best interest because you are allowing them to be in your life. The problem that happens when you define your friendships in the wrong way is that you're not allowing yourself to be fruitful in those relationships. You're just allowing tension and toxicity into something that you don't want in your life. So that's why you have to define your friendships the best way possible so you can have successful relationships as long as possible. Simple as that. So if you're struggling with the idea of friendships and creating friendships, having proper meanings in friendships, message me. Go to my website, yourcolabcoach.com. Sign up for that free 15-minute coaching session and sign up for that relationship checklist. Type in things that are going on in your life that we can pinpoint things that work together with. I'm doing a beautiful special. It's July. It's almost the end of the year. If you're still struggling in your relationships and you are struggling to figure out what's wrong, message me. We could talk. It's free. 15 minutes is free. YouTube, Collab Coaching. All my previous series and this series is going to be on YouTube, COLAB Coaching. Also, Facebook Collab Coaching, Instagram Collab Coaching. I'm part of a wonderful podcast with Heart and Soul Podcast with my wonderful friend Jackie. We're coming back soon. First 2 seasons are in the wraps, and we're excited to get into it. So Instagram is with Heart and Soul Podcast. We're also on SoundCloud, all the major podcast stations. you can find us there. And let us know what you want us to talk about, the Relationship Podcast. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Have a wonderful day. Be safe out there.